Good evening, everybody. You already know the vibe. Where we're about to go with this. Um, I just want to give a small recap before I get into this because, like, for real, I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say the story. You tell me if it's insane. Okay. So I came into work. Okay. So, let me give more prior knowledge. Right? I woke up that morning. I was like low key already like, I kind of feel like using a PTO because I have Fridays off because that's how my job works. I usually work OT, but I was gonna take the extra long weekend to rest. Then got up, going to work. I was like, ah, fuck it. So, sorry, need the coffee even though it's late. Got motherfuckers got to work. So get up, get on the train, do what you gotta do. You know, stand up there, get off. I hit up Dunkin' Donuts. Give me a coffee, nice coffee, and bagel cream cheese. Everything bagel cream cheese. Motherfucker was hungry. Alright, coming to work. Sit down, stand third, organize myself, get everything ready. Now, I'm typing in numbers. I've got a big just stack of POs, like the numbers, and I've got to put them in on the spreadsheet just to notify that, once you put the number on the spreadsheet, like everything pops up. It'll be like the vendor and where it's coming from, this, that, and the third. And there's like this symbol, it's called literally hot. If it's like hot, just receive it first because it needs to go into like this particular kit. Like it's like a lighting fixture company. So I did ask, just was doing my job, I was doing that. I can't lie. I'm a big dude, and I'm not ashamed of it. Motherfucker got hungry. I started eating the bagel. I was there. I had some napkins and stuff. I was typing in. I'm doing my job, mind you. Now I have pieces next to me. I'm not interacting with them. It was at one point that one of them was like, I would like, I felt like it was too close to me. So I went like this, and I would drop my hand. I moved it with my bare hand. I'm gonna say an individual did not like the way that I was doing this. And okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go and say like I'm I'm like 100% right here because there is some fault. I am wrong in some aspects here. Okay, and I'm not type of dude to be around like, oh, I would no. I'm not always right. I fucked up. I made decisions. All right, I can own up to it. But I want you to know that everything I'm about to tell you literally took place in a 4 hour period. Okay, so this individual came up to me and said that I cannot touch any of the product, all this stuff about how to mix in with the chemicals and all that. I'm like, I understand. I'm sorry, my fault. You know, gotta own up for it. I messed up. Shouldn't be doing that in the first place, even if I am typing. But so I'm told to wash my hands very thoroughly and to just eat the food or throw it away. I'm like, all right. So don't get me wrong. Right when this was happening, I happened to have cream cheese on my index finger. Now, I took a napkin and wiped my hand, and there was still some residue. But I was like, in my head, I was like, I want to wash my hands, but I wouldn't mind throwing some hand sanitizer to like smoothen the path or whatnot. Just like it was like in a bottle, and it had the Lowe looking symbol. And I was just like, gave that motherfucker a jab, and then I was like, yeah. This individual will come back to me and say, hey, that's not washing your hands. I mean with soap and water. Go wash your hands. Pause button. Who the fuck are you talking to? I am gonna what the fuck do I look like to you? Like a fucking stupid peasant? Like that didn't. I'm sorry if I like sound blunt, but Jesus Christ, I'm being talked to like a 13th century handmaiden. Like what the fuck is the matter with you? All right. Second of all, why the fuck did you double back to say it again? Alright, I'm sitting down while I'm doing this. This will play a major key later on, mind you. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Me sitting down. I'm sitting down, and I have like a swivel chair, just like this one I have, but it's a bit shorter, I won't lie. So I just like swiveled over, because I have a long desk. It's like from like probably all the way over here to all over here. I know you can't see the dimensions, but I wish we're working on it. So I just like swung this way, grabbed my, I recall it. So I was sitting like this, and it went, and then the individual will come back over and say what was said. That's not washing your hands. I told you to wash your hands. I told you to wash your hands. Listen, Stalin. I'm gonna wash my hands. Relax. Unpause. Okay. I proceed to get up. I'm not gonna lie. Me and this individual have history. I personally feel. Okay? I personally feel when I am working and this individual is around me, I cannot work to my maximum potential. I feel anxious, stressed, and most of all, under pressure. If you don't know me, no, I don't really like to. I've taken this like seriously. I suffer from epilepsy. Now, don't get me wrong. In the past and stuff like that, I've used it as like a bridge, and I've used it as like I've just tried to. It's been something that's held me back in the past and really has like affected the way I perceive shit. Don't get me wrong. But in all actuality, whatever stresses me to fuck out or is causing me to get lack of sleep is what's possibly going to trigger this. Now, I've been living with this condition for 6 years now. Coming up on 6. January. It's rough sledding. Don't get me wrong. But I think about these things because I'm stressed out and I have to work 10 hours a day for 4 days a week. That's 40 hours of being stressed now. Fuck the job, fuck the pay. If that's the case. I'm not trying to sound fucked up. I'm not trying to sound anything. Alright? I'm really just show up to work, tell me what I gotta do, and let's do it. I can't take, I don't want to sound like I'm privileged or if I'm like overstepping a boundary. Alright, I've been working in this establishment for 7 months, and I feel I fully comprehend everything that's going on and what's expected of me. We're short-handed as it is, meaning I'm the only person in my department. I'm receiving packages that come in and stuff like that. Now, I'm not trying to disclose anything to be mean or be any kind of way. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for the money that I make. I'm grateful for the individual and the experiences that I'm trying to use to become better as a person and become, somebody that will be influential in this world. But I refuse to take bullshit from a person that is barely afloat themselves. I respect the values of somebody who's going through something, so always give them the benefit of the doubt. I do. But it also goes based on your work performance, how you talk to people, how you treat people. People call themselves a fucking leader, can't even fucking dictate their own fucking actions. Talking about they're gonna handle other people, tell other people what to do, take a leadership role. No. If it were up to me, I could tell you flat out who the hell is own up to a leadership role. And this plays like an influential part here. Because after I wash my hands and I go up in there and everything, this, that, and the third, I come back, sit down. Now I have a hot PO from the day before. So basically it's just like an item that came in that needs to get into this thing that's going to get made ASAP. So it's on my desk already. I'm going to put on gloves, my mask, and finish inspecting that. Now I have collectively 17, 18 papers. These are all just forms that I filled out from POs that come. So basically what happens is everything that's inside the box is going to be on the paper pretty much. It's up to me to open up, inspect it. If it's a raw part, it's small distinguishing. It's really not rocket science. If it's a raw part, it's basically like a common screw or a common part that's actually going to get sent out to be more modified. So the inspection rate doesn't have to be, I got to check every single part. There'll probably be 500. There could be 5,000. You get me? So if there's a finished part, it's definitely going to come in the 20s to 50s. It could be in the hundreds sometimes if it's a big order and it's an item that we use frequently. It depends. Last week, it just so happens that this thing called True Tone comes through, and it's small, castle gut, they use for this like fixture called castle. All right, and they're used like basically as like buttons, so like they're like knobs and stuff like that. They make lighting fixtures. It's like big chandeliers and fancy shit like that. So it's kind of like just, in my opinion, I kind of find it dope to do all that stuff. It's just this individual will return and say, we are working together today, so I'm gonna turn this around because it's been really bad lately. I've been working by myself for the last like 10 days while I've been at work, so that's wow, that's a big shit on what the fuck I've been doing. Number one. Number two, she will then proceed to say that, well, are you looking at all the hot POs and are you typing them in properly? Are you doing all this da 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 da? So I show her. This is all my paperwork and everything. This is what I have. These are the IR, so inventory receipts. Basically, if I'm gonna put something in, it's just basically to keep track of the transfer that we got it. How much did we get? Are we short? If we're short, let's say we had to get 20, we got 18. We're short 2. Gotta make that notice. We're short 2, so we're still waiting for 2 for the company. Simple shit. Anyways, I have, remember those 18 papers I was talking about? Those were papers I didn't finish filing yet. I have a bunch. I'm talking like maybe 60, 70 other ones from the week itself. Just sitting there collectively. I'm talking like 15, 20 a day. If that's even with all the stress that I'm getting, and I don't even want to get into all that because I'm just saying the story. Okay? I'm going to go and be told that everything I've been doing hasn't like been going to the standard. I need to open specific things and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing that. She's like, yeah, bro, you're not doing it at a quick enough rate. I think you should stand up, all of that. I'm like, well, all I'm trying to say is I have to single-handedly type in my stuff, my POs, and that takes a little bit of brain power. I have to operate, so, that's going to take a little bit of time. Let's see, I got 17. I usually leave for the end of the day before I leave, so I don't take as much time. So it take like 15, 20 minutes collectively. I can do it in one shot, sitting down my music in. But, some people fiend about it. Then if there's a delivery, I have to make sure it's on a pallet. Organize my small area. And then I'm receiving mostly. Like stuff is coming in, this, that, and the third. Gotta organize, keep track of that. If it's gonna be a week where we have a lot of finished stuff that needs really close inspection and I'm the only guy there, and it's like 20 pieces and you need me to look at it, wave it off, make sure there's no specific scratch and all, well, it takes time. And if I, like, there's just a lot of factors. Like, not only does that shit take time, let's say some stuff comes in or there's like a delivery, for example. Remember, like, I just told you about one of those? I had to go down, pick it up, bring it back up on the pallet jack. That's going to take about 15, 20 minutes. Then print out, let's say, 20, 25 stickers. Point them all on the fucking boxes that came in. Then all of those boxes, I need to cross-check them with a shipping list of all the numbers. Make sure they're all there. Check them all off. By the way, this is her criteria. Then go. Sit down. Remember way back in the beginning when I told you about the items and receiving? Then I gotta type in the numbers and put in all that stuff. Now that's one. I get maybe 2, 3 deliveries a day. For one guy to do all of that and then receive 20, 25, I don't think that's happening. 10 to 15 I could pull it off, and that's me busting my ass. You know what I was told? I was told I don't do enough. Again, I need to stand up. And the way I've been doing it was wrong and all that, and I'm like, so like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here then? And she was like, well, just do what I say, we're gonna be fine. I'm like, do what you say, we're gonna be fine. So I literally didn't give a fuck. I finished filing out all the stuff that I had on my table. I cleaned up, I got up, and I walked out. Punched out, yeah. I won't disclose anything else because I don't want to like close no drama, but like, for the last 10 days, like, I've been busting my ass and shit has been done properly. Okay? Smoothly. However, with this individual around me, it is like a dark cloud. I don't want to sound emotional, dramatic, or like I'm like pushing it. This person has been demoted from a position due to this. All I'm saying is this started because of bagel with fucking cream cheese. Now, the Mets are down 4-0. Tough times. All I'm gonna say is, let's pray for Brother Lugo because times are tough.